Thank you very much. I am tempted to say Eyezu. It's not a crime, eh? So then Eyezu. 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 Hey! Thank you very much. Good morning to everyone. Co-panel members, the regional executives who are here, party functionaries, the leadership of Movement for Youth Development who have put together this amazing program, invited guests, our friends from the media, comrades who are here to listen to us. I bring you warm greetings from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the entire leadership of the National Democratic Congress. As the 2024 Ghanaian elections approach, the stakes are incredibly high for the socio-economic survival and well-being of our nation. These elections represent a pivotal moment in our history, offering us the opportunity to choose a path that will ensure prosperity, stability, and growth for all Ghanaians. The decisions we make will resonate for generations to come, impacting our economy, our communities, and our future. I have the honor of serving as the National Youth Organizer for the National Democratic Congress, a party that has always been at the forefront of our economic and socio-cultural development in this country. When our leader and the flag bearer announced the 24-hour economic policy in response to our declining economy orchestrated by the Akufo-Addo administration, it was praised as game-changing by no mean organization than the TUC. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama envisions transforming Ghana and providing jobs and prosperity for all. Central to this vision is the innovative 24-hour economic policy, a strategic agenda critical to our survival as a nation. The economic dynamism, ensuring that every Ghanaian has the chance to contribute to the benefits, and benefit from the progress of our country. As we stand on the cusp of this crucial electoral decision, it is imperative to recognize how integral the 24-hour economy is to the building of a resilient and prosperous Ghana. Not too long ago, I saw a report from the Statistical Service that scared me a bit. And what the report said was that in the last 6 months, 8.4 million Ghanaians have gone a day without food. And if you are Ghanaian, maybe you have not gone a day without food. But if 1/3 of your total population have gone a day without food, it poses as a danger to all of us. Because if I go 2 days without food, and anybody offers me 100 Ghana cedis to go and commit a crime, I will gladly accept it with both arms, go out there and commit that crime I have to, because I must feed. And this is as a result of bad economic policies that Akufo-Addo and Mahmoud Bawumia has bestowed on us. When economies are run down so badly, we cannot continue to do the very same old things that we were doing. And that is why His Excellency, in his vision and wisdom, is proposing that we move away. We have a paradigm shift from the old way of doing things, and also addressing the challenge of youth unemployment that confronts us. Ghana, like many developing countries, grapples with a significant challenge, that is youth unemployment. Despite the talents and ambitions of our young people, they often struggle to find meaningful work. This not only hinders their potential, but also hampers our nation's economic growth. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama acknowledges the pressing issue and is committed to addressing it head-on. According to recent statistics, Ghana's youth unemployment rate stands at approximately 12.6%, with underemployment rates even higher. And underemployment simply means that you have a job or you are willing and able to work, but you are not finding the kind of job that suits your skill, indicating the urgent need for innovative solutions. The 24-hour economy policy aims to establish a dynamic, inclusive economic environment that operates round the clock. This policy is not just about extending business hours like the MPP makes you believe. It is about transforming the way we perceive work, productivity, and economic engagement. By implementing this policy, we can unlock new opportunities in various sectors, including retail, healthcare, entertainment, transport, and more. The core of this policy is job creation. By allowing businesses to operate 24/7, we can generate a plethora of jobs across different shifts. This approach not only employs those currently seeking jobs, but also accommodates those who may prefer non-traditional working hours due to personal or educational commitments. Imagine the impact on our economy when business services and institutions are bustling with activity day and night, providing continuous employment opportunities. To put this into proper perspective, it means if even 10% of businesses in key sectors such as retail, healthcare, and transportation adopt a 24-hour operational model, we could potentially see the creation of thousands of new jobs. For example, a 10% increase in employment across these sectors could generate approximately 200,000 new jobs. The substantial increase in employment opportunities could significantly reduce the unemployment rate, potentially bringing down from the 12.6% to even below 10% in just about 2 to 3 years. And I'll give you a typical example. Let's take the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Hypothetically, let's assume the Tamale Teaching Hospital is supposed to operate 24 hours. That is what major hospitals do. But 60 to 70% of the time, after 5 p.m., when you get there, you don't find key staffs on duty. So if you are lucky, you meet a nurse at the OPD. But when you have to do your blood works, which is what we call the labs, by the time you get to the lab, they'll tell you the lab technician is closed. And so there is no lab technician. And then, God forgive me, but you've been involved in a fracture or you fractured your leg and you have to go do an x-ray. By the time you get to the x-ray department, they tell you he's closed. So you have to wait till the next morning. Even to the pharmacy, where you have to pick up drugs. If you are not careful, the main pharmacist would have closed and gone home, and so you'll not be able to have your drugs. When a legal framework is put in place for the 24-hour economy and the law is passed, in the morning when you go to the OPDs, it's full, because you are very assured that when you go in the morning, a doctor will be on duty, a pharmacist will be on duty, the auxiliary staffs will all be on duty. And so maybe that morning, you have an exam you have to go and write. You are not too sick, but you don't feel well. But you know that if you don't go that morning, you will not meet the doctor. And so you will forgo that hospital, that exam that you had, which would have improved upon your life, and then you rather go to the hospital. But if you are very rest assured that a doctor will be there in the evening, you would have gone to take that exam, increased your, or put your education in a better stead, and then in the evening, comfortably walk to the hospital because you are rest assured all the auxiliary staffs will be there. That is an opportunity you would have missed because you are very sure that when you get to the hospital at the time after the exams, there will be no proper doctor, or there will not be a good lab technician or what have you to take care of you. Now let's look at the issues of job creation. If a policy is passed and every hospital is operating 24 hours, let's assume, and we all know that the 24-hour economy is basically a 3-shift system, where one shift works in the morning, another shift works in the afternoon, and then another shift works in the evening. So I go to the hospital in the morning, and then there are 20 nurses that are employed. If 20 nurses are employed in the morning, what it means is that in the afternoon, there'll be another 20 sets of nurses that will also be employed. Maybe in the evening, because it will not be too busy, it can be reduced from 20 to, let's say, 10. So 30 additional nurses have gotten jobs. Apart from the 30 getting jobs, what it also means is that other auxiliary staffs like the pharmacy will have to increase the number of people who work there. Those who do cleaning in the hospital, they'll definitely have to bring on additional cleaners. The lab technicians will have to be increased because the labs will be working 24/7. Even doctors will have to be increased because doctors will have to work 24/7. So a hospital with a work staff that was doing their normal services until 24 hours, let's assume they had 50 workers total, and now 24-hour has come on board. It means that the total staff would have been increased to about 150. That is direct employment. That is direct employment. Now, let's look at the downside of it. If 20 people were employed as nurses, or 50 people were employed for the whole hospital, that 50, when they are going to work, they may either pick Okada or Kandu or taxi or Uber. Am I lying? Or they'll drive their own cars to the hospital. What it means is that people in the transport sector will have more jobs because whilst people are going in the morning, when I'm leaving, I have to come back with the same means of transport. If I'm going in the afternoon, I have to go back with the same means of transport. So those who work in the morning will create opportunities for those who work in the afternoon in the transport sector to also transport people to and fro from work. Am I lying? So that area is also sealed. In terms of people who sell food and other things at the hospital, if I come in the morning, I will eat. Am I lying? If I come in the afternoon, won't I eat? If I come in the evening, won't I eat? So people who are also selling food at the hospitals, somebody will sell in the morning, somebody will sell in the afternoon, somebody will sell in the evening. Am I lying? In a local economy, if I get up in the morning and I'm going to work, I will not go naked. So if 50 people were earning income within this environment and were working in the hospital, and today 150 people have been employed because of the 24-hour economy, what it means is that the hairdresser, because if I'm a nurse and I'm going to work, I'll definitely have to do my hair. First, it was only the 50 who could afford doing their hair. But now that another 100 are coming on board, it means that there'll be more jobs for hairdressers in the environment. It means that dressmakers will have more businesses because when I'm going to work, I'll definitely have to look good. People who make smoke, people who buy more smokes because now they have jobs and they are going to work. And so there is what we call the trickle-down effect. And so if 100 people get jobs and they are earning salary, it will trickle down into the communities. And when people have money in their pockets, people who sell Indomie in the evening, people who sell other things, people are able to, because they have purchasing power. So now they can patronize what you are selling. So you may not see the effect of the 24-hour economy because you have a small shop in your neighborhood. But because 50 more people in that community have jobs, they have what we call purchasing power. And so they can walk up to your shop and purchase, and so your business will also be booming. Now the question is, how are we going to fund the 24-hour economy? And I've heard many people ask about it. It's very simple. And I'll still use the hospital example. If you go to the hospital, you don't go for free. It's either your health insurance is paying or you are paying cash and carry. And so once I go to the hospital and I have my health insurance card, every treatment that I get at the end of the month, health insurance pays the hospital. 2, if I don't have health insurance and I go to the hospital, I pay cash. And so the hospitals generate revenue. And so all the people that are being employed, they'll get money to be paid because they'll be rendering a service, and that service goes with payments. And when people, and so if government is earning taxes of, let's say, 20 Ghana cedis from the 50 that were traditionally employed, and today 150 have been employed, government will be earning 60 cedis in additional tax revenue. Is that not it? And that 40 cedis additional in tax revenue can now be put into other sectors of the economy, like roads, like building more hospitals and building more schools, and servicing our debt that these guys have left for us. And so when people say that the 24-hour economy is a game changer, it will affect every facet of our society if it takes off. And I truly believe that it is a policy that is laudable and we must all support. At the heart of the 24-hour economy policy is the empowerment of our youth. The initiative is intended to equip young Ghanaians with the skills and opportunities they need to thrive in a modern economy. Through targeted training programs, incentives for businesses to hire young people, and support for youth entrepreneurship, the NDC is committed to fostering a generation of empowered, employed, and entrepreneurial youth development. Central to this policy is the strategic development of industrial parks and special economic zones. Those zones will be equipped with the necessary infrastructure to support continuous operations, including reliable power supply. And this is what I call the light cities. I was not here when, what's the lady, the lady who attempted to break, Fila. I was not here when she attempted to break the cooking record. But I saw the young lady who did the sing-a-thon in Accra. When she decided to do the sing-a-thon, the airport area that she set up, they came to put a lot of street lights there. And so that small enclave was running a 24-hour economy. You know why? Because there was lights. In our local communities, wherever we find street lights in the evenings, people come and trade under them. Am I lying? So at the heart of the 24-hour economy is what we call the light cities. When you take your light bill every month, when you pay your light bill, have you realized there is a column for street lights? Do you know where that money goes? You are paying for street lights, yet you don't have street lights. What President Mahama is saying is that we are going to establish what we call a street lighting authority. And these authorities will be decentralized. They will be at your district levels. So if I pay my light bill and I live in Tamale Metro, the district assembly here, the ECG will deduct the street light levies that all of us have paid. And that money will be given to the district assembly, the authority that oversees the street lighting authority there. And their job is very simple. Make sure that all the principal streets and the major areas have lights, street lights. Because if you want to operate a 24-hour economy, there must be proper lighting system for people to feel comfortable and go out at night. And so when you have light, and I cited the example in Accra, once there is light, all the night markets that do well in this country is because they have the proper lighting system. And so once we have the street lighting authority setting up the light cities, it will also foster and boost the 24-hour economy that we are talking about. Another thing we are looking at is an effective transportation system. Because you cannot have an economy that is running 24 hours and at 5 p.m. all your Metro Mass buses have closed. All your public transport services are shut down. All your Yalolo buses are not working. All your Okadas and Kandus are not working. If you have an effective transportation plan and a system in place, because if I'm going to work and I don't have my own vehicle or my own motorbike, somebody must ferry me to my destination. And so an effective transportation plan is being developed as part of the 24-hour program so that it facilitates the 24-hour policy we are talking about. Education and training. In education and training, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is committed to equipping our youth with the skills needed for a dynamic, round-the-clock economy. We invest in vocational and technical education, ensuring that our young people are prepared for the demands of modern industry. Partnership with private companies will provide on-the-job and apprenticeship and bridging the gap between education and employment. Health and safety measures. Further to the 24-hour economic policy, the need for a robust health and safety measures will have to be put in place. We implement policies to ensure that workers in a 24-hour economy have access to good health care, rest periods, and other essential services to maintain their well-being. If you understand our labor laws, everybody is supposed to work a maximum of 40 hours a week. Any additional hours becomes your overtime. And so you work 5 days a week, but we have 7 days in the week. And so if I go to work in the morning and I finish my morning shift and you do your second shift, somebody else does the third shift. You work 5 days, I work 5 days, somebody else works 5 days. We are not working 7 days. So there are 2 extra days that somebody must fill the gap. So the 24-hour economy ideally is a 3-shift system. But there is a potential of making it a 4-shift system because the 2 days that I am not working must be filled by somebody. And so when that 4th shift is taken, more or less it becomes a 4-shift system because others also run within that shift. So it is a comprehensive policy that will create many jobs opportunities for our young people. And I pray that we all embrace it and give His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the opportunity to help make it a reality for all of us. We cannot have a 24-hour economy when security is a major issue. A lot of our filling stations would have loved to operate a 24-hour system. A lot of our pharmacies, a lot of our shops, especially the shops by the roadsides, even our organizers, because we travel in the evening. You will be on the highway and then your tie may have a puncture or so, you have to stop. If you are not lucky, you can drive for 2-3 hours and you will not find any organizer after 8 p.m. working. But when there is adequate security, when you are rest assured that there are 24-hour police patrol teams providing adequate security, a lot of these organizations can easily operate in a 24-hour economy and will have no fears. And so at the heart of it is an increased security presence. And what does this mean? What this means is that our young people who are looking for jobs within the security services, you will find jobs within the services because our ratio of the number of policemen to citizens is grossly inadequate. And so if this policy comes to pass, what it simply means is that security must be stepped up and a lot more young people who are looking for jobs within the security services will have the opportunity of being employed so that at least they can provide round-the-clock security to the citizens of this country. In conclusion, the 24-hour economy policy is a bold and innovative approach that holds the potential to revolutionize employment in Ghana. It is a testament to the NDC's commitment to being a true partner to the youth of Ghana. By embracing this policy, we can create more inclusive, dynamic, and prosperous nation where every Ghanaian can succeed. You don't have to be called Ado or Ekufu before you can succeed. I am called Ado, but I've not succeeded, so don't add me to them. But what it simply means is that the NDC will create opportunities for every Ghanaian, irrespective of where you come from, which tribe you belong to, or to which religion you associate yourself with. As we move forward, we call on all stakeholders, businesses, communities, and government agencies to join us in this ambitious endeavor. Ambitious because we know that there are many doubting Thomases. And we also know that it's a huge challenge, especially with the kind of mess the NPP have left behind. They've messed up so badly that they don't believe anything is possible. But we are telling them that the 24-hour economy is possible, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the nation builder, will make it a reality. A vote for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Prof. Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman will ensure that this vision comes to pass. Together, you and I can reset Ghana and build the Ghana we want with His Excellency John Mahama. Thank you for paying attention to me.